Good morning, good morning. How is everyone doing this morning? Audio fine. Let me just make sure the audio is good. Actually need to get like a little checklist before we start. How was the weekend, guys? Everyone have a great weekend. We are live Monday 11th. Also for the MFF guys, today is the big one. See what's going to happen with my forex funds. In all honesty, I haven't looked at the market once since Friday evening. Almost good morning, good morning. Actually see, just set everything up here. Alright guys, September the 11th, new week, basically second week of the new month, and we're going to start off with DXY. I'm just going to give a few more guys the opportunity to get into the chat. While we wait for them, please note that the Discord community is live and active. The link is in the description. Feel free to join that. And on that note, Amos, will you just let me know whether you can see the charts that I send in my channel? Because I actually sent out a trade on Friday, and for some reason the permissions were all mixed up, and a lot of you guys couldn't see the trade that I sent in the Discord. So Amos, I know you're on there. If you can just have a look and see whether you can see that chart and that trade that I sent there. I have updated the permissions, but I just want to make sure, so please let me know. Actually shared quite a nice trade on Friday afternoon in the Discord community as well. And if we go over to US30, I just want to show it to you guys. So US30 on Friday, I told the Discord community just before the open, if we're gonna pull back to the daily pivot level right here and we can hold it, I will be looking for longs. And I took a long on the close of this candle right here. That candle, as soon as it engulfed, I took a nice little long there, as you all know from the daily pivot. Yes, there's a US. Okay, sweet. So that was the trade I shared on Friday almost, and this was the target right here, perfectly, very close to the high of the day. Very easy trade as well. Everything lined up for a long. We held the daily pivot. We mentioned Friday could potentially pull back into the range. So that was a very nice one to end off the week, and expect a lot more of that. I can see it now on trade setups. Beautiful. Okay, sweet. So Discord community live, feel free to join. Link is in the description of this video. And without further ado, let's jump straight into it. Let's firstly look at what we've got coming up for this week. Economic calendar, I just want to see, okay, we've got some employment numbers coming on Tuesday out of the UK. Then on Wednesday, we've got CPI, so another big one. The effect of CPI is starting to waver off a little bit. It's not as volatile as it was previous weeks or months ago when this entire Fed hiking rate started. So it has to some extent calmed down. It's not like this major market moving event anymore, and I just want to show you guys why. Because if you look at inflation, we are now basically back where we were, very close to the pandemic. So we had that spike and now we are starting to come down. Just want to look at the year-on-year one. Just want to show you guys. Inflation has been tumbling, rate hikes have been working, and we are very close to pre-pandemic lows again. So as you can see, 3.2. The Fed wants it closer to 2%. So just a little bit of a spike on the previous one on August, but that's definitely something to note for this week. And then Thursday, we've got ECB rate decision. That's also going to be a big one. So quite a bit of news heading into this week. Quite a bit of numbers to look out for. Friday, relatively flat. So nothing too big there. So it's only going to be UK job numbers, CPI, ECB rate decision. That will be the main focus. So starting off on the monthly with DXY, let me just clear our charts. As you can see, last month closing bullish. Also previously, I have mentioned it on a monthly time frame. We've been holding this level out, multiple tests on that. Last month, bullish engulfing. I think if you go back to one of the streams, I mentioned very high probability to first fill this week. And then obviously, depending on how we break through these levels on a monthly time frame, that will dictate where we are next. On a technical basis, we are still within this range. This is still one range. We have not broken out of it, but we can consider this as a potential base right here. So bullish on the monthly. Weekly time frame, let's have a look. Last week closing bullish again, closing above this previous area of resistance right there. This is also the yearly pivot, this pivot that you see here. So you can see previously massive rejection off that yearly pivot. Now we've broken through it. Here we try to hold as support. So we've had 2 tests, now on our 3rd test on the yearly pivot. And what do I mean by the yearly pivot? So this pivot is valid for the rest of the year. It's a 12-month period where that pivot is valid. If you look at the previous year, once we broke away from that pivot, you don't see it again. And we are now again, you can technically call it the yearly equilibrium. So I'm going to be bullish on this for the week. My weekly bias is bullish. One thing I do need to note is that we can have something like this for a couple of weeks where we range, or we can potentially have a fake out. So I'm not close to the idea that we can potentially come back below the weekly pivot, but for now I'm bullish. Also, this weekly candle has got no top wick, so that makes it quite easy for me to take buys on USD crosses or sells in this case, because there is going to be some type of top wick being created. So weekly bias bullish. Let's jump to the daily. Daily already breaking lows, no top wick. So we could potentially push down today and tomorrow to come and retest this level. So on the day, I would have to go actually neutral, no top wick. You guys know if there's no top wick or no bottom wick, I'm very careful to just sell into a candle like this, because I know at some stage we are going to create a top wick. In terms of trading opportunities, let's quickly look at what we've got. We've got Asia highs up here. We've already broken through Asia lows. Area of contention for the day. Daily pivot, which is at the Asia highs, and then Asia lows. Firstly, if we're going to see some continuation sells on the DXY, this is your area right here that you need to monitor. Asia lows, so I'll keep that on. GBP USD, not going to do a monthly analysis, but going to start off with the weekly. Weekly, very clearly bearish. Last week I mentioned, even though we had that bullish candle, remember I told you guys we closed below this previous area of support. We also closed below this previous area of resistance. There was a nice little retest on it. Again, weekly closing bearish. For me, this is a very simple week. What I'm looking for is 12350 to be tapped this week. How deep we pull back, that's still to be seen. We can pull all the way back to this area right here, that support area. And also keep in mind, no bottom wick, but I'm always open to both cases. So if we get something like this on the weekly, where the weekly pushes all the way up and closes back into the range, then I will classify this as a potential reversal area. But for now, weekly is bearish. In terms of the daily time frame, I'm also gonna have to go with neutral, because we can still flip and take out the daily lows to create a bottom wick. But the weekly time frame is bearish, and we are already trading above Asia highs, above R1. Very tricky. So let me just clear our zones right here. All right, above the daily pivot, everything is still looking bullish on this. Asia highs, I would say, would be the area to monitor. If we fail to hold Asia highs, I'll be looking for sells. If we hold Asia highs, we can maybe see a deeper pullback on the day, and we can push up all the way to that weekly level up here. Just mark out that weekly level that we were mentioning. It's actually here. Just clear that. Let's make that purple. Yolandi, good morning. Good morning. All right, guys. So weekly pullback level up there. So I'll be monitoring Asia highs. Also round number again. I'm actually going to set some alerts for us here at 2503. Potentially can get some type of push up. Maybe get a nice little trade to start off the week. Asia highs, I'll be monitoring that potential buyer scenario. Otherwise, we will be looking short for the rest of the week. Gold, weekly time frame. Let's jump straight into it. I want to see where we are with gold. All right. Gold weekly. All right, so it's an inside week, guys. Let me just show you guys what I mean by it's an inside week. Last week's daily high, weekly high, never took out the previous week's high, and the low also did not take out the previous week's low. So that for me makes it quite tricky. I technically handle it then as a range, so I use this entire thing as a range then. So my weekly bias in that case is neutral, and I'm going to tell you guys now why my bias is neutral. Because on a weekly time frame, I'm looking for some sort of liquidity being taken on a weekly. For instance, if you look left with me, guys, so this is a perfect example of an intermediate swing low. As you can see, this candle right here took out a previous week's low basically as an anchor point. This candle right here never took out that low, but it took out that high. Also engulfed that candle, so I usually treat this as an intermediate swing high, a swing low, and I usually treat something like this as an intermediate swing high as well, where the left hand side and the right hand side weekly candles are lower than that pin. So this for me can go two ways. Either two ways or two things can happen here. This weekly can push up to create a top wick, come all the way down, break structure, lower. Very easy. We continue with the bearish trend down. The other case is this weekly candle actually now forms like the pullback, and we're going to push up to actually start reversing this bearish trend that we've got going on here. And then we'll get some type of structure break right here. So this will then conform to a structure break, and next week will be very easy to trade as that is the structure break. I just want to jump back to the monthly and just make sure. But you see the monthly is bearish. The monthly for me is clearly bearish because we didn't take out that high and we took out that low, and we also have this entire wick to fill. So monthly bearish. Weekly I'm going with neutral, just due to the fact that it can still go either way. Also didn't really close below this area right here, it closed right at it. So I'm going neutral on the week. I'll see how the week progresses. Daily time frame for me as well is technically bearish, so I'm going to go with a bearish bias on the day, due to the fact that from this support here on the daily time frame we failed to close bullish. You can see we tried pushing up Friday, closed bearish. I do feel that we can even spike these highs right here and we can actually reverse, but let's see. I'm going to go with a bearish bias on the day. I could be wrong, but I'm going to stick with the daily bias bearish. Pushed up all the way from the open this morning. As you can see, just one way going up already at R1. Everything is looking bullish. So tricky. I'm not going to try and fade this. However, I would say your best bet is going to be somewhere here, Asia highs. Monitor that level and then monitor your daily pivot. Knowing gold, this thing can push up another $10, but I would say if you want to buy this, best bet closer to the daily pivot, but I'm not interested. I'll actually 1930, that is basically no, let's wait for the open. I don't want to say we're going to take something and it's not good. So gold will come back to. GJ, let's quickly look at what's happening on GJ. I'm going to jump to the weekly time frame. GJ, absolute fucking mess. Sorry for my English there. Absolute shit show on GJ for the last 4 weeks. A lot of price trying to push up. I have to go with bullish this week, due to the fact that we held above this area. We tested it, we broke lows, we pushed up. We didn't break that high though, but yeah, it's a mess. Weekly, no top wick on the weekly. Let's look at the daily. No top wick. Neutral. I can't. You guys know how I feel about no top and bottom wicks. Can push all the way down, but yeah, neutral. Weekly already breaking last week's low. I would have technically started this week bullish. Let me keep it that. I'm gonna go with a bullish weekly bias. I want to go with bullish. Let's see. We're already pushing down. So I'm going to say I'm going to go with bullish. lower time frames, Asia lows. Was there any news, guys, that came out this morning? Let me just look. Very weird that the riskier assets pumped so hard. Is there anything I'm missing? Because looking at gold pumping, yen also pumping, and when I say yen, obviously stronger yen, weaker GJ, but we'll check now. Let me finish the analysis. Pound yen, Asia low, Asia high, already below the week daily pivot. Guys, Asia lows, also round number, a big one here. We need to monitor this. We need to monitor Asia low. And let's see. I'll go through that now. USD, JPY, let's quickly go to a weekly time frame. Almost done, 8 minutes left before the open. Weekly, I was going to go with bullish as well. I'm still going to go with bullish. As you can see right here on the weekly time frame, broke above this area of resistance. We've got range up until here, these flat body areas, 148, 149 potentially on deck this week. Daily time frame, obviously already breaking lows, so no top wick. Again, neutral. I'm going to try and see now. Something happened overnight. Something happened overnight for this risk off move to happen. UJ, that's not the weekly pivot. I must still update the weekly pivots. But Asia high up here, quite a big Asia range. Asia lows down here, also very close to that breakout level. Asia lows, let's monitor that for potential setups. Nasdaq, let's quickly look at Nasdaq and where we are. Asia lows right there. I'm gonna do the weekly analysis now. Jumping to the weekly time frame. I'm gonna go with bullish, guys. So I'm talking shit. I'm not gonna go with bullish. Yeah, I'll have to go with bearish up until I see something else. Reason I say that is we closed bearish, and if you look at this previous area right here, we did not close above it. So even if this candle closed bearish but the body closed above this area looking left, I would have been bullish. But for now, we've got this bottom wick. I'm gonna go with bearish on Nasdaq. And daily time frame, is technically bullish. Daily is bullish at the weekly pivot level there. Already above Asia highs, looking quite strong bullish. I would say monitor Asia highs for some type of continuation. US 30 weekly time frame, let's have a look. Why am I seeing that? Weekly time frame on US 30, let's pull it left as well. I'm gonna go bearish. Reason for that is we failed to take out the previous week's high. We took out the previous week's low right there. We've got this wick to fill, and we could see some type of potential downside move. Remember, I'm not married to a bias. It is just to affirm more or less our direction to start off the week. So weekly bearish, daily time frame bullish, because we can push up all the way to come and test this level right here. So daily bullish, almost done, 4 minutes. Lower time frame analysis. Let's quickly look at where we are. Asia lows are sitting somewhere here. Yeah, that's our Asia low. I'm talking rubbish. That is our Asia low. Asia high up here. I would consider buys. I'm actually going to set an alert here. So 34,600. Nice little institutional round number. I'm going to consider that Asia highs. And that is the analysis. Euro USD quickly for Amos. Let's quickly look at what we've got on Euro. We've got a few minutes. Weekly for me, bearish. If you look here, you'll see that we closed below this area right there, so potentially come to fill that bottom wick. Definitely bearish on the week. Daily time frame, slightly bullish, trying to hold support, but we've got, just to show you guys what we have here, we've got the support area, daily closed bullish there as well. So again, trying to create some type of support right there. Also a little gap up, so I would say once we start flipping bearish on the day, or you can even pull back all the way here on the weekly. Daily for me, we've got that gap. I'll be very careful to look at continuation buys with the open gap like that. So I would actually target that gap, thinking in the back of my head somewhere along this week we're going to come back to fill that gap. Asia high already tested, already held. Nothing ideal in terms of selling, but I am bearish on the week, and I would say if you want to buy this is above the 10700. I would say Asia highs would be your area to monitor today if you want to buy it for that weekly pullback up to 107,748. Other than that, the bias for the week is bearish. USD ZAR, I actually still need to do analysis, but we'll get back to it. Weekly is bullish. Daily gapping down. Alright guys, that is the analysis. Idris, let me get to your question. Is it possible to share how you conduct your market analysis based on how you've set up your charts? Morning everyone. Mr. Chris, can you analyze CJ? Just gonna wait for the open TC, then we'll have a look. How the J signal, so we actually busy, we haven't started the signals thing yet. We're just busy getting the templates ready. I also don't want to, the thing with the signals reviews that I'll be doing, I don't want to take the piss out of anyone. We actually want to do it very professionally. So I spent some time over the weekend. So the metrics for how we're going to measure the signals, there's going to be 5 metrics that we measure. It's going to be rated 1 to 5 or 0 to 5. And yeah, I'll be testing it, I'll be putting it out there, and like I mentioned, it's not to shame anyone, but obviously it is a review that we're going to do, and holistically for the community. You can go back there and see what our rating was on a specific guy, and if there's somebody that does very well, like, I would 100% punt them to the community, because it's obviously a resource that new traders can use. So So we're going to do it very well, and it's not going to be in bad faith or anything. It's purely a review of your signals in terms of what you sell. And yeah, there's really no harm or shame going to be in it. I don't know if I understand your question. Is it possible to share how you conduct your market analysis based on how you've set up your charts? Sorry man, if you can just reiterate that a bit for me. So the only thing I have on my chart is the pivot, so the pivot indicator. These green lines, the S1, S2 indicate potential support 1, support 2, support 3. These are levels where price can potentially find support. And then the red ones are R1, R2, R3, which indicate resistance levels. When you go for the standard setup, they will be different colors. I've just set them up to be green for the support and red for the resistance. You can set it up however you want. And then I just have this moving average indicator. It's just basically your 20, 50, 100 and 200 just for the relative direction. And obviously also how I use my moving averages is like, for instance, once it starts fanning, that is your 200. Once these lower time frame moving averages start fanning away, then I'm obviously very careful to still hold a trade. Let's say I'm short due to the fact that there is going to be some type of pullback, because the further we fan out, the bigger the displacement, the more likely we'll get some type of pullback. So only two things I use it for relative direction. I never use it for entries. You'll never see me saying, oh hey guys, we on the 200 period moving average, I'm taking a short here. That is not the case. My entries are purely based off Asia lows, Asia highs and my daily pivots. And then also I've got the accumulation distribution, and on that I've set a 200 EMA. So while price is trading below the 200, I'm purely looking for shorts. While it's trading above, I'll be purely looking for buys. And that's the only items I use on my chart. I hope that makes sense. Idris, was that what you were referring to? I hope so. If not, let me know. New week has started, markets are open, we are in motion. Let's see where we are. I'm still trying to find out what happened overnight. I don't know if you guys saw anything. I actually just want to see what the Hang Seng did overnight. Hang Seng minus 6.7. Alright, obviously something happened overnight. Yes, we've touched on it. You also mentioned accumulative. Yeah, that's that indicator I've got here. Accumulation distribution. You can add it on, and I've just added a 200 period moving average on it. Guys, I just want to find out why something happened overnight. Okay, here's it. Okay, here's it. Yen. Let me just pull this across. Yen rises after comments by Biden on Taiwan UEDA on wage growth. Okay. Alright, so a few comments, not really holding any weight in the markets, but let's see. Let's see what we can do. I want to wait for the 15-minute shuffle. Currently, GJ looking like it's rejecting Asia lows. I'll be very careful, especially if the market moved like that on comments. The reason why I say that is it is purely speculation. It's purely fear-mongering. It's nothing concrete. Any positive comments comes out and you can literally in one session see this entire move erased. Guys trying to sell here, and later the day we're sitting back here. So just be very, very careful. Due to the fact that it's only comments from Biden on Taiwan and China, I'm not even gonna consider selling this. I'm just letting you guys know now already, because like I said, I've seen it so many times, this entire fear-mongering move getting reversed. Mandla, it's in the link, in the description of this video. You can get it right there in the description of this video. To make it easier for you, I will send it in the chat as well. TC, while we wait, CJ, I'm expecting you referring to CAD JPY, if I'm not mistaken. What are you looking at? Are you in a trade? Are you looking to trade it? CAD JPY would obviously look very similar to the rest of the JPY pairs. I'm bullish on it for the week due to the fact that last week closed below that area. We've got range up until 109. This could be the bottom wick for this weekly candle right there. As you can see, that weekly broke out against that resistance level there. So weekly bullish. Daily also technically bullish, but due to those comments, could all purely be for some type of bottom wick. We've got a gap up. I am bullish on this 5 minutes. Let's have a look. 5 minute, I would say accumulation distribution still heavily bearish, but once we get above the 200, something like that, I would say start looking for some buys down here. Asia low. You can target this wick fill, not wick fill, this gap fill all the way up there. So that is the idea. That is the idea I would go for. I just want to make sure on my broker terminal that there are indeed gaps on the yen pairs and it's not just the trading. Yeah, okay. 100%. Okay, gaps to fill. Keep that in mind. US 30 ripping, Nasdaq ripping as well. How's the weekend, guys? Springboks winning their first game of the campaign. Israel Adesanya losing to Sean Strickland. Fiji almost clapping Wales. For the guys that love sport as much as I do, I think it was a good weekend. Guys, I'll be focusing my attention on the yen pairs to try and catch that wick fill. So I'm just letting you know, I'm thinking the best probable setups today are on the yen pairs. So and GJ is going to be the one that I'll be looking at. Nice round number here, and if we can do something like this and we hold this level, I'll be looking for longs. Potentially swing this all the way to come and close that gap right there. And if we catch this from Asia lows, your week is technically done. That's going to be over 5%. And your week is locked and loaded. And if you're still going to trade the rest of the week, I would suggest then lowering your risk. But ideally, I want to see something like this. We take these session lows for the guys that have the same idea as us to try and trade that wick fill. Take these lows, basically stop out. Could be a few times where we're going to take some lows. It's going to look like it wants to create some type of support. Spike it again, and then I think we've got some liquidity to go higher. So that is the idea that I've got. Or either guys are going to look for continuation sells and we're looking the other way. So let's see. Ricochet. TC, it's been almost a year not trading due to work, but getting ready to get back to the game. I'll be joining Vault soon. Scotland versus SA. What a tough match. Yes, dude, it wasn't pretty. But we pulled it through. JSE pumping this morning. Dang. Right guys, I'm gonna run to the toilet real quick. Monday to Friday, 8:30 till 11. Discord community is now live. We actually shared our first setup on Friday, 2.5R. Link is in the description. Feel free to like these streams. And I will see you guys in 90 seconds and we'll get back to it. Yen pairs are the focus for the session. Let's see if we can grab that gap close this morning. I'll see you guys now. Well, so good morning. How are you doing, my brother? And guys, please be very careful in buying gold. I'm not saying it can't go up further, but rather have the patience to wait for the pullback. This move up is very parabolic. Don't get caught out trying to sell it here. We've got another guest on Friday, just need to confirm, but Garen is the guest we'll be having on this Friday. I've also reached out to Ethan Garland. He is also keen to join us, just still need to lock down a date with him. Past Friday we had Gianna on, so feel free to go and watch the interview with him as well on stream. And then we've got a few other guys lined up as well as we head into the end of the year. If there's anyone specific you guys want to see on, feel free to let me know in the comments. Any particular guest that you guys want to see, we'll try and make it happen. Also, please, no scammers. I'm not going to have anyone on that I haven't personally vetted or that I think is not genuine in terms of what they transpose to their communities and on social media. So please note, I will never have a scammer on. Obviously want to bring value to the trading community, so please do not suggest anyone that could be a scammer. We're not going to get those guys on here. If I ever bring somebody on, like a guest on Friday, it is somebody that I trust. I've seen his work, I've had feedback from his community, and it's somebody that's genuine. And I do not rate you as a trader based on how many R you make, this or that. Like, you can make 1 R a month and I will still rate you as a trader if you put in the work with your community, if you do what you say you are going to do, and if you ultimately bring value. It is not about how much money you make or how many pips you are catching, but it's about transparency and consistency. And again, consistency for me is showing up daily to do what you are set out to do. I've mentioned it quite a few times on the streams as well. These streams are completely for free, but I still hold myself accountable every day to start on time, to follow my routine, and I'm not getting paid a single cent for it. It's purely for the love of the trading community. As I mentioned, if you want to support the channel, you can join with the sign up link in the description. I trade with Vault Markets. But other than that, it is completely free. And I don't want to bash any other mentors, but show me your mentor that you're paying money for, sitting every single morning with you for 2.5 hours, analyzing the markets, taking trades live. Very few do it. We're also getting Jay Froneman on. Actually meet and greet this Friday. I think it's going to be around about between 1 and 4, or basically from 1 o'clock till 4 o'clock the afternoon. We're going to get Jay Froneman here in the office. We're also still going to do an online interview with him. But meet and greet this Friday for the Kubega / Port Elizabeth guys. 189 Cape Road. We're still going to put something out on the socials. Seats are limited to 17 people. So, Miles van Wyk. Aram, what is his IG handle? And I can look at getting him on. Miles van Wyk. Jevon Shaw. He's in the office, so I wouldn't necessarily do something with him. We'll maybe get him on. But he's in the office some mornings when he's not busy. He also joins the stream, so I would be looking for an outside guest instead of somebody in the office. But let me have a look at Miles van Wyk. Let me have a look. Also guys, there's so many fake accounts on IG. They've got more I don't know how the heck it works, but they've got more followers than me, trying to scam people. So kindly note, I will never reach out first to you. I do not do any type of investments. I'm also not going to ask you how is your trading going. I'm already so busy. So please, when you see an account reaching out to you with my handle, they usually have like additional underscore or something else. It is not me. I'm not going to ask you how your trading is going and telling you about this beautiful investment where you can invest 1 Bitcoin and at the end of the week it is 50. Please just be diligent. You should slap anyone that asks you for money or asks you to invest or buy a service or anything on social media. So please be very diligent. TC, but aren't you part of Javen's community? Mr. Chris, I was outside. Please repeat that. Now, I'd say TC, aren't you part of Javen's trading community? Javen's trading community. Because then you've got access to him every day if you want to ask him something. Muera. Justin Vessels. Alright guys, GJ pairs are starting to line up. Remember what I said about that gap? So the gap fill is here. That is where the gap fill is. I don't usually do it, but my accumulation distribution is not yet bullish. But due to the fact that we've got that massive gap, I am going to try and pull something off here. So ideally what I want to see is either a structure break to the upside, or I actually want to see expansion to the upside, something like this, and then the pullback to hold here. So this area, I want to see us hold that, and I am going for a potential swing. So be very aware, that is what we're trying to do here this morning. Keegs is sitting here. He was quickly going out. Keegs, let me send him a Zoom link. K Riz, let me get K Riz on the chat. K Riz is on his way. Chris, I wanted to ask, what are the implications or benefits of trading as a company rather than an individual from a tax point of view? So obviously from individual income tax, if you are trading in your personal capacity and you are working a 9 to 5, basically what happens is all additional income is accrued to your full-time employment. So let's say for instance you are earning 10,000 Rand a month. You're earning 10,000 Rand a month, and from trading you are making 5,000 Rand. Then what's going to happen is at the end of the tax year, your annual income is 120,000, and that obviously puts you into a certain tax bracket. But now when you declare your additional income from, let's say, Forex, whatever it is, which is an additional, say, 20,000 a year, then your tax is basically assessed on 140,000 a year. Where if you do it in your business capacity, the business is seen as a separate entity to yourself unless you pay funds from the business into your personal account. And also you've got tax deductibles, tax deductions that you can apply, not tax. And that is, for instance, vehicle, I think I've done this before, petrol, office rent, utilities, your telephone, internet, all of that you can use as tax deductions. So that is the benefit. Geeks, the guys who are missing you here, asking where's Keegan. Just you muted.
Hey. No, I'm back. We're ready to kill the markets this week. So, yeah, hopefully it's going to be a good one. Have you taken any trades yet?
No, so I told the guys, I don't know if you saw those massive gaps, those Sunday opening gaps on GJ on most of the yen pairs. So I'm going to try and trade that gap full. It was basically on the back of some comments from Biden on China, Taiwan, this ongoing thing. So some potential escalations between the US and China. So that is what's basically triggered that. So I'm actually looking at GJ, these Asia lows, and I want to see if we can get like some type of structure break to the upside.
I literally was actually quickly running through because I actually literally noticed it on EJ as well. It's quite some big gaps actually.
But it is Monday, usually the toughest day of the week because there's not much happening. Mondays usually set you up for the rest of the week. And I'm quickly gonna answer this call. That is my wife. Okay, just keep them busy. Hold the market up for me.
That's not my business.
Yeah, guys, sorry, I was just getting my other side open. I can just see questions and stuff like that. So, yeah. But otherwise, how was everyone's week? You guys catch anything on Friday? I know Friday was quite a busy day for us, so we didn't really trade. But yeah, did any of you guys take anything on Friday? Anyone have some weekend blues, or was it a bit more of a depressing weekend? I'm looking in the chat now. Also, just noting, Justin, I don't know if you're still in the chat. But that NAS trade you took on Friday or Thursday, if that was still holding, you would have been in some massive profits right now.
Right, guys, seems like we are gonna shoot our first bullet, maybe. I know there's some machine gunners in the chat that have already machine gunned. I'm gonna wait for a retest, so I'm just letting you guys know I'm not gonna take this breakout. I just want to see if we can hold. So I'm gonna wait for some type of retest. If you are feeling risky, and if this candle closes like this, you can take it on that close. I would have taken it like that if my AD was already bullish. But due to the fact that I am technically breaking some of my rules, I want to wait for the retest.
Chris, what was your analysis for USDT and NAS,
Weekly is, weirdly enough, thanks so much, weekly is bearish for me, but daily is bullish. And I mentioned, like, for buys, I would want to buy around Asia highs. I've actually set alerts there on USDT.
Looks like we got the daily wage coming back again. First thing on Monday.
You wanna short?
Yeah, I'm gonna sell. So I'm going to sell at 34,810 in USDT.
Yeah, so look, if it if it pushes parabolic like this, I'm not gonna try and buy it. So definitely, so my weekly bias is bearish. So I showed the guys on the weekly, I mentioned we still closed below that area up here, so we can potentially test this flat body resistance right there. Because what I mentioned is we broke the previous week's low, and we've got this wick to fill, so I want to see more downside. Alright, GJ. I don't eat gold steaks, chef. What's your steak for gold? No, I just eat like normal steaks, fillet, sirloin. Or are you referring to what is my take on gold? Just want to make sure. But no gold steaks for me. I see Nazareth does that. As I mentioned with gold, if you are looking to buy, I would say Asia highs 1992. Weekly time frame is neutral due to the fact that it was an inside week. We didn't take a high or a low, so it can literally go either way. But the fact that we are already pushing up, very high probability we can still continue down, and monthly bias is still bearish. Chef, I was just joking when I said I don't eat gold steaks. I know you were meaning what is my take on gold, not my steak.
I was gonna say again, that's another one. Like, that's literally like my two babies today. I'm literally going short on USD and on gold as well. Shorting both of them, and we're gonna see what happens.
May the volume be with you. Now I'm literally only focused on this GJ and UJ. All right, I like this. So 5 minutes, 7 minutes before the hourly closes. So if we can get something like this on the next 5, I will be executing GJ. Hourly is going to, yeah. No, I'm happy with that. 5 minute. Be ready. Well, a medium rare steak is a little bit fresh for me, but I would say medium. Medium is good.
Oh, and Chris, so good news, G is locked in for Friday.
I said Garland, eh? What's Garland's the gentleman's name?
No, that Garen. Garland.
Garen, sorry.
Ethan Garland.
I'm bad with names. Then a rhyme asked me, am I right in saying a rhyme is your guy's bodybuilding coach on YouTube? A rhyme, just confirm that with me.
Wait, who are we talking about?
Now your bodybuilding coach, I think on YouTube he is a rhyme 522. I think I mentioned it. So if
I'm so confused, but yeah.
no, Kate's bodybuilding coach. In the chat, he's a rhyme, I think. Royston, the man with the chest like a stove.
Oh man, it's Edgar.
Is it Edgar?
Yeah, it's me, Ed. Yeah, Edgar, the one from the launch party.
Yeah.
Oh, that one.
Irons powerlifting, yes. The guy with it.
Edgar, yeah.
The guy with the chest like a stove, like those built-in stoves. I'm talking so much cock, yeah, and meet Edgar in real life, and that man's chest is bigger than just his chest, bigger than my upper body. Man is built like a brick house, bro. Absolute unit. So a rhyme asked me to have a look at Miles van Wyk. Let me quickly check if I can find a Miles van Wyk. Alright, let's maybe... I first need to see what Miles is up to. I have to give credit to Miles for that smooth comb over.
You know, I must say, these new traders, they're coming out with fresh haircuts.
Nah, it's silky fresh. It's almost like a lettuce you buy from Woolworths. As soon as it gets off the truck, it's got like this little bit of moisture on it. I'll reach
Chris,
out
without
to...
actually saying anything, isn't today like the big day?
So we're just waiting for 2 more payment gateways, and then it's there. Like the crypto payments already. It's literally just it's just Ozar, Payfast, and one other one that we're literally locking. So I would say I had a chat over the weekend, potentially either maybe today, tomorrow, Wednesday, but I definitely think this week. For the guys that were at the launch event on Friday, you know what I'm talking about. For the rest, still keeping it under wraps. some of the other broker partners here on the stream in the chat. They're not in the chat, they're just watching, lurking. What is Chris and Keegan doing? We want to see what these oaks are doing. What are they planning?
They're gonna come in the stream and watch us play like video games or something. We're gonna be playing chess on stream.
Oaks, really? Oaks, you think I'm lying? It's there's literally other broker partners and stuff watching the streams and being like, I see they're doing live streams now. I see they're doing account challenges. We also need to do that. So for all the lurkers, we can see you here. I can go on the analytics and see all of you lurkers. But if you're lurking, just at least leave a like on the stream. We love all of you. We're not in guys, I am taking a squeeze here. This is maybe the wrong thing. Okay, I missed it. Fuck. The Zoom tab was in my way, but let's see. Maybe it's a good thing I missed it. I wanted to take a long here. I'll wait for some type of pullback. I wanted to execute there. It's only moved. How much has it moved up by? 4 pips. No, I'm gonna wait. I am going to wait. If you were quick enough, remember I said as soon as we get like a little structure break, continuation, but I'm gonna still wait for this.
What? Chris, quick one. We're kind of double booked for Friday.
Who do we have on Friday?
Jay Rizzle's person.
Oh, is he? Shit.
Okay, don't worry, we're making a plan. Either way, we'll have a powerhouse on you.
And then Jay Froneman on Friday bringing the sauce. Only a select few. We will be giving the keys to the markets.
Alright guys, you don't want to miss. Like, these are the limited seats you want to get in on. You want to see how officially and the top secrets on how we actually move the markets.
Jay Froneman, Friday. I'm thinking from 1 o'clock, Kicks. 1 to like 4, 5. However long.
Yeah, I rate that's a good time because, like you say, we
1
can
o'clock.
just chill and actually chat a bit and stuff, and they can ask some questions before we get into the trading.
So Friday. For the Port Elizabeth guys, I'm going to give you a head start, and for the guys on the stream, email infop@vaultmarkets.trade. Right there. What you will need is your name, surname, email address, and just kindly say, please book me for Friday 1 o'clock for the real J Money meeting. And please, if you email and saying that you are coming and you do not pitch, I will never ever allow you into this office again. No jokes. And the reason why I'm quite serious about that is because you're potentially stealing an opportunity away from somebody else. So if you are going to come, say that you are coming, but do not, if you're not sure whether you're gonna come, do not steal somebody else's opportunity for his potential breakthrough. I will literally not allow you in this office again. If I see a name there that mentioned I'm coming on Friday and you do not come, and we've got another event and you want to come, I promise to you, I will not allow you into the office. It is a free event, it's open to anybody, but please, if you are coming, make sure that you have made arrangements. Do not steal somebody else's opportunity. I see Justin is laughing, but it's a serious matter. That for me. For instance, like we had guys saying that they're coming on Friday. I'm not going to mention names that didn't come. They are dead to me, like 100%. I don't hold grudges, but those oaks are literally dead to me.
But you know, we've had this talk a few times where we spoke about like the whole health and all that stuff, and in the sense it's the same way. Like, if with trading you do need a lot of discipline, and things like your daily life, your punctuality, things like that, it shows through. If you can't follow that through in real life, well, how can you apply it in the markets? Like, why is it different?
Yeah, it all starts with your own routine, your daily routine, how you conduct yourself, how you do business, all of that. I'm a sirloin man. Dude, I ate yesterday when you were there by us. We went out to the Kelder, and I had the not sirloin, the fillet. My goodness. Chris, I think the pullback is starting because dollar's going up as well. Yeah, could be. I'm literally just waiting for these Asia lows to be tested again. That little line structure I've got going on there. As soon as we break that, I will be in. And that's our first pull of the trigger for the week. So let's hope it goes all according to plan. Everything alright there, Keeks? I see some heated debates going on. see Caitlin's quite heated. What's happening? Caitlin, everything alright? No, the internet can't be out, otherwise I wouldn't see you on Zoom. Yeah. And also the price feeds on... What's that? What? Usually, Keeks, just tell Caitlin the best way is to restart the PC. Email sent, Justin Vessels. Justin, don't worry, no need to bring coffees or anything. Just a little dispo for me. I'm kidding. I'm joking. No, for the guys that are joining, I'll maybe, yeah, I don't want to make it a piss up, but maybe we'll get some beers for afterwards. Some beers or cool drinks or protein shakes. I don't know what the oaks are into these days. Refresh op netwerk. Justin chatten al met Caitlin, sy is baie gestres daar. Die netwerk lyk vir my is bietjie Nee, ek joke. Nee, ek weet dis by te bring nie. Now I'm just thinking for Friday, maybe Keeks protein shakes or maybe like a castle light, few castle lights for the lads. Oh, you muted. I think you muted. Yeah. Are you out now? I can still see you here though. Are you serious? Okay, so Keeks. What are we going to be doing on Friday? Just a meeting, a rhyme, yeah. So I want to structure it for Fridays more like a workshop, not necessarily just a meet and greet. I want to do like a workshop format, and every Friday we're gonna give someone the opportunity to lead the workshop. So this Friday we've got Jay, and I want the guys to almost come with a few questions, some observations you've made in the market, and I want it more to be like a trading workshop. So it's not just a meet and greet, it's going to be a trading workshop. There's a lot of things I want to ask Jay as well. There's going to be traders that's asking various different things, and I almost want it to be an open discussion. Shouldn't just be Jay leading, but Jay will be leading it. Call, unfortunately not, man. It's going to be a closed meeting. I would have loved to record it. Maybe we can. I'll see how this Friday goes. Maybe we can mic up Jay. Maybe record the session. I'll look into it, but it's going to be more of a workshop environment. Okay. Oh, I see Keegan is back. Yeah, so I think it's going to be good. There's a lot of things that I see in the markets. There's some stuff that you potentially see in the markets. So it is not a course. It's not only a meet and greet. It is a trading workshop. We want to call it like the trading combine or something. Give it like a bit of a theme.
Yeah, just now that I'm back, the one thing we were just going to ask, how many seats are open and available?
17. No more than 17. I'll still buy some more chairs, but for this week, 17.
That is perfect.
And I don't know if you guys have seen Keegan without a shirt on. If you RSVP and you do not pitch, we are going to deck you. I promise you. We're going to put you in a
we're going to
armbar.
set our attack dog on you. His name's Jay Rizzle.
Silent Assassin. Or Caitlin. The little Care Bear. The little Care Bear. You know what? If I see Caitlin, have you seen those little bears with like a heart that glows? That's what I see. What is that show that Mikey's also watched? It's like these little bears that have like these glowing hearts.
So that's really those are Care Bears. Yeah.
Care
I remember
Bears.
Our days was still the Teletubbies. Yeah, no, she doesn't like being called a Teletubby.
No, I didn't say she's a Teletubby. I said you said a Teletubby. I said a Care Bear. Neil van der Westhuizen, ek wil net graag by jou hoor, is hierdie die tyd van die oggend om hier aan te kom? Is hierdie die tyd, jong man? Ons het al klaar 5 jaar gegryp hier op GJ. No, I didn't pull the trigger on GJ yet, Neo. I want to see some type of structure break here, round number being held so far. So if we can get a little tiny structure break here, Going a little bit against my rules, but due to the fact that we've got this massive open gap here, the gap closure is literally there. So I'm gonna try and trade that. So, but we need a closure above there. I can't take it without a closure there. Busy morning, Blue Monday. Nee, ek sê goeiemôre. Good morning, Neil. Good to have you here. But yeah, it's looking relatively good so far. I'm just gonna wait. As I mentioned, this is a lower probability setup for me, but due to the fact that we've got those open gaps, as I've mentioned earlier, I've seen so many times where these comments get faded, and that is the idea. So 10 seconds, we will be pulling the trigger on this. Let's see if we can get some type of gap fill on the day. And I'm in. I executed 20 point stop right here in the mix, 20 pips. Again, as mentioned, all of my boxes are not necessarily ticked, but we've got this open gap, and I will be trying to trade this to that gap. And this could potentially be my only trade this week if we start moving. So 184.10, I want to have it just below that. That is my target, 184.10. That is a 5.7% gain. And that could be a fantastic start to the week. As mentioned, the context for this trade is due to the fact that we had comments pushing the markets down. I've seen so many times where these comments get faded, and I am trying to trade. So the candle you see there's technically no candle on your broker feed. You'll see that the markets actually opened up here somewhere. So all of this is an open gap. TradingView just puts a candle there, but technically if you go on your broker feed, this candle does not exist. It's an open gap, and that is what we are trading, or what I'm going to try for. So let's see. Good luck if you are in it to win it.
Yeah, Chrissy, are we streaming Friday for the guys that can't be here?
I'm gonna chat to Mo, see if we can do
like a camera on us
yes.
in the back or something. Because apparently we already have some guys emailing that they'll be doing it but remotely.
Okay. Quickly ask Mo, does he still have a lapel mic that we can do for Jay on the Keegan, tell Mo we should try and do like a dynamic camera setup. Ask Mo if we can do something with like a dynamic camera setup. But I'll contact Jay as well.
Yeah, he says we can definitely figure something out to have it done.
Does Jay have a laptop?
Yes, he does. Yeah, he does.
Because then I'm thinking we can get Streamlabs on his laptop so he can share his screen, and then we can have the camera feed into that as well.
Yeah, so I think we can definitely do that. We'll find a way. I mean, I'll get hold of Jay now when we're done. Yeah, just chat to
Yeah.
him as well. But yeah, we can find a way. I think it will also be nice because you do get the in-house, in-person type of thing. But at least the guys that can't make it, they still can in a way benefit from it.
But the idea with this is to get the guys in the office. So if you've got the opportunity and you can make a plan, please do so.
I think end of the day, I mean, for example, it is a little bit of a meet and greet type of thing. So
Yeah.
you are going to get to actually meet the guys. But at the same time, because, for example, we're not going to be watching cameras and phones. So you guys that are live streaming, I can already just see you'll be able to watch and maybe just listen and see what we talk about. But I think the main focus will be on the guys that are attending the event live.
Correct. Didn't Jay say he's going to give his keys to one of the guys to take around the block as well, the McLaren? I don't know. Or was that?
Yeah, if someone can get like a good live trade in there, they get a nice ride in the McLaren.
He's actually almost due for new tires, so he said you can actually put the traction control off and let it rip a bit. Now I'm talking cuck, guys. I'll never let you drive his McLaren, so forget it. He'll maybe take you around the block as a passenger, but don't come here and say, hey, Chris said you're going to give us the keys to the McLaren. That's not happening. All right, guys, so next area of resistance, 183.35. I do want to try and let this run all the way up. I also do not want to be greedy. It is the start of the week, and to start off maybe with like a 1.52% is also good. So we'll see. Currently running at around about 0.8%. I'm gonna manage the trade once we get here. This is S1. If I see we trade above that level, something like this, and we hold it, then all I'm going to do is I'm going to move stops to break even, and I'm going to set and forget.
That's it. I'm so fucking proud to hear you say it.
Then I'm going to set and forget, and I'm going to leave it to run to 184.10. Let me just revise that. 184.10, just below that wick fill. And that is potentially a 100 pip trade, not necessarily on stream. I will update you guys in the Discord. But yeah, there's your first trade for the week. If you are in the trade, give me a peach in the chat and leave a like on the stream. We can just get 1 or 2 peaches in the chat. I'll appreciate that. We actually need...
Just remember, guys, the peaches bring the volume.
Yeah. I don't know if we should rethink the peach thing, because a lot of guys think we're talking about ass when we... peaches there in the chat.
They need to get their heads out the gutter.
Yeah. Only charts. Nothing else. Alright, running 1% up. Can we break this S1 level? 183.35. Currently 1% up. Nice wick fill to the upside. Can we start running to the upside? I'm going to monitor it at this level. Then we are already up. What is it? Like 30 pips. Yeah, 30 pips. That's about a 1.5%. I'm just going to monitor it there. Guys, you know what? It already hit my 1-to-1. I'm just going to move stops to break even. making this a risk-free trade. No need to take on additional risk. Stops are at break even. And I will let it run. I usually take off 90% at a 1-to-1, but we obviously have that weak full. We can get a retest to this zone. I will still be looking for re-entry opportunities on it, but going risk-free, I do feel like we can actually have quite a strong run up to come and fill that wick. I just want to actually mark out my weekly pivot levels as well quickly on the 4-hour time frame. So okay, weekly pivot sitting all the way up at 184.34. That is our weekly pivot level. And then our weekly resistance all the way up here. Weekly R1. And then weekly S1 already tested. Alright, so let's see if we can survive this pullback. 4 minutes for the 30-minute candle closure. Nice strong bullish. We've got some room to the upside. Can we survive the bottom wick on this next 30? Nice little move up on UJ as well. For the guys that are not on in the Discord link in the description. For some reason I can't open up Discord on this PC. I think I'll need to restart it. But I've shared my entire playbook in the Discord. That is also where we will share additional setups. The first setup shared on Friday was a beautiful buy on US30, which went on to hit full TP. Say again? I don't know.
We don't want to talk about that trade.
Stream it in an exclusive room on Discord, please. Well, we'll have a look. We'll try and make it work. Obviously, I'll just have a chat to Jay, and otherwise, if Jay is not open to streaming it, unfortunately, it's going to be an in-person. But yeah, first trade of the week. No risk, break even, currently running 0.9%, 0.95. As mentioned, trading that wick fill. Go check on your broker feed, you'll see that there's a massive gap here. That candle is non-existent there. and also, as I mentioned, make notes. So the reason I know this is because I've taken shots doing the opposite, where I was trying to trade the continuation with open gaps above. So that is the only reason why I know about it, because I've paid the price to see it happen. So technically this, let me just show you guys, that is not there. You can make the border gray, you can make the background gray as well. So technically there's nothing there. So this is how your broker chart is looking like. Price closed there on Friday, it opened up here somewhere on Sunday, and you have got this entire gap to fill. That is a gap in the market. You know what the weird thing is, we dropped like 30% of the viewers after they're in the winning trade. It's like, shot guys, see you tomorrow. Grab my pips. Guys, and then something we want to start talking about as well, we're going to do some content around it, is like mental health. Like, I don't think it's something that I've talked a lot about, but I think it was at the beginning of the year when I had like a severe panic attack / anxiety, like I've never had it in my life, where I was actually taken to hospital in an ambulance, where I thought it was a heart attack, same symptoms, everything, and it was just like severe anxiety. And weirdly enough, at the launch event, talking to some other traders and other business people, quite a few guys are struggling with the same. So that is something that we want to talk about, and it's not necessarily about trading, just like the general pressures in life. Life has changed completely, and we want to talk about that and be more open to it, because as guys we feel like we need to be these macho men that handle stress and everything so well that we never open up about it. So that is something I want to talk about, how to manage it, how to get through it, and also to be more open about it. So that is something that we are going to do a lot more on, mental health. I never really took it seriously up until it happened to me, and then you realize how very differently the mind works, and how different people handle stress, how different people deal with pressures in life. Because I did not have the easiest life as a kid growing up, and even in recent years, a lot of things happening in my life that I think subconsciously puts a lot of pressure on you. But I do feel that is something that we need to talk about more openly, as men, as traders, as business people, young entrepreneurs. because I kept it quiet, and then I chatted to a few of my other business friends, and they were like, "Just dude, I've went through the same." And I thought maybe it's just me, but there's a lot of guys, even pro athletes, that struggle with it. So Geeks, did you know a Bruce Birkinshaw? Elsby sent me a message now of a Bruce Birkinshaw that passed away.
Yo, Bruce Birkinshaw. I'd probably have to see a face or something. but
I'm gonna
the
send it.
name's not
I'm gonna
ringing any
send it
bells.
to you on WhatsApp.
Nah, I don't think I know him. What did it say what he passed away from?
No, Elsie just sent it to me. She didn't say. Maybe she thought you guys.
Yeah, it's not recognizing him now.
Sorry guys, I just need to do a quick call. Geeks, just hold up the market here. I'm just gonna do a quick call here.
Oh, guys, I hope some of you guys actually took this trade, eh? This GJ is looking like a beauty. Yeah, I'll let you guys know, but I am about to enter longs on gold. Not a massive move, just a quick 20 pips in and out. But we'll be entering that any second now if I get tapped in. I think I am in. Let me just go check. And I'm in. So yeah, just a heads up, guys, I am now in longs on gold. So we will see how it goes. Yeah, Neil, just replying to your thing. I do believe in market structure, but for example, like if you want to say in life, like if you think of a business, okay, so business, you get like SWOT analysis, your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So same with trading. Now, trading, I've got like my 4 pillars. So I've obviously got my technical, fundamentals, sentimentals, and psychology. Technical is a very, very big part. I used to actually really like be a fundamental trader. Like I loved my news and how news could impact my trades and really push them in the right directions. But I do play a lot of market structure. So, for example, because of my trading plan, I do a lot of support, resistance, key levels, psychological levels, and so forth. So, personally, to me, market structure is like quite important. And again, another thing is again like you have your seasonal trading. So seasonal trading, for example, like September now. So and also August, now the last month, is one of the toughest months, and that's because a lot of companies they start filing for tax and stuff there. So because of that happening, a lot more your fundamental side then starts to impact it because the actual market isn't running as much to structure anymore. So I do have I think it is quite an important part of the market. I mean, anything in markets to a point is we're literally planning off that history repeats itself. That is how, if you think about technicals are done, is because we've back tested that when we see a situation play like this or where the market hits a certain zone, we expect it to act out a certain way again because that's what it did in the past. So personally, I think it is quite an important thing. I know Chris is back now, so he can give his input on it as well. But that is my thoughts on it, and I am long on gold, so I am buying gold, Chef.
Chris, what is your take on market structure and order flow? When you say what is my take, so Caitlin just bashing the office here out of rage for being on low carb, high protein diet. No, I'm kidding. So in the past, order flow was very important for me, but the thing with order flow is like where guys get caught out, and I think I've talked about it, is your primary order flow or your primary market structure. Let's take a bullish market, for instance. The primary order flow can be bullish, but in order to correct, you're going to have secondary market structure, which is your pullback. And you can get bearish market structure in an overall bullish market. And ideally what you need to do is you need to understand when am I in secondary market structure and when am I in primary market structure. So if you get caught up in order flow and market structure and all of that without context, I think you're setting yourself up for failure. But it is very easy to see what the order flow is in a session, in a range, wherever you are. So for instance, if I look at the order flow from once we opened up, you can clearly see that the order flow is bearish. We're making lower lows, lower highs. Why did I take this long? I was expecting price to pull back to the upside. I had this reversal of order flow from bearish to potentially bullish, and me buying there was actually a risk because this could have still been a pullback to come lower and take out these lows. So order flow is important, market structure is important, but I think ultimately it is for you to create context as to where you are in the market, and that's why I use market structure on the daily time frame. The rest of the time I'm literally focused just on levels and how I want to see the market shape up at my level. Other than that, I'm not too focused about this. For instance, I can see it's bearish, I can see it's trending down, but once we get to a certain level and we hold it, I do not even look at the order flow next to me. I look at the level that's ultimately either going to hold or fail. Alright guys, this trade is currently up 1.4%. We are at this level where we can potentially reject. We are risk free. I'm going to try something that Carl does and Keegan as well, where if the trade is up 1%, you go to break even. If it's up 2%, you move your stop loss 1% in profit, because I was anyways going to take 90% off at 1%. And then at 3%, you move your take profit into 2%, and that way you can potentially hit a nice runner. So I am going to try this on this position due to the fact that we've got that open gap. I feel like this is a magnet for price, that gap. So that is what I'll be doing on this trade. 11:15, I'm going to have one more run through, and then we'll have one or two questions. What is the actual difference? Neil, so order flow, when you talk about order flow, it's technically saying what is the order flow for the session. Is it bullish or bearish? So if you are trading on the lower time frames and the market is doing this, what is it telling you? It's telling you that any dips that are coming up are being sold into. Any dips that are bought are sold into. So what is the order flow? The order flow is bearish. If it was the other way around, the market is doing this. It's just a technical term. If the market is doing this, it technically means that every dip is getting bought. So the order flow, the orders are bullish. There's buy orders in the market. Market structure refers to the simple thing of lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. This is bearish market structure. Vice versa, higher highs, higher lows, that is bullish market structure. When do reversals occur? Reversals occur when a previous swing low gets taken out. That is not necessarily a break of structure yet. Once you form a lower low and a lower high and you break that, that for me is a shift in trend. I want to see a double break, because this can all just be a deeper pullback to still continue higher. But if I get a double break, just pull this back. If I get a double break of structure, that for me is a valid reversal, and then I will follow that order flow. I hope that makes sense. But Neil, don't get too caught up in that. Ultimately, we're trading levels. That's what's important, the levels.
Yeah. Also, guys, I don't know if anyone has more information on the whole My Forex Fund court case. Chris, what time would they be going to court?
Will obviously be North American time, so it's currently 10 to 5 in the morning in New York City. So I would say anywhere the next 4 or 5 hours, and then Ontario, I don't know if it's going to be in the US. But there is a guy on Twitter that is doing live updates. I'll just check now for you.
Because I'm obviously so invested in this. This is like the new Johnny Depp trial.
Is it then the same, Neil? It could be technically the same. It's just basically when you talk about order flow, it is talking about the current flow of orders in a session. If you talk about market structure, it's talking about the overall market structure. But technically you can say it's the same thing. I can come in this morning and say market structure is bearish, and someone else would say we've got bearish order flow. Exactly the same thing. Tomato, tomato, tomati, salad. Guys, let's have a last little run through DXY, open gap as well up here. Asia lows I would say is key. GBP USD, nothing. still in this range. I would not be looking to buy it here. Honestly, nothing for me. I'll wait for tomorrow on GU. Gold as well, I'll wait for the week to set up. I wouldn't take anything now on gold, to be very honest with you. GJ, we took a trade here, little break of structure. Join the Discord, playbook is in there with all of the flashcards. You'll see that this is a buy continuation trade. Flashcards are shared in the Discord. Very simple trade above Asia lows. Asia lows held, round number right here, 183 institutional level. USD JPY also, as mentioned, I was looking for potential reversals to close that gap there as well. Nasdaq, this thing went parabolic this morning. Sneaky. Gigs, are you short yet on this market?
On which market?
Nasdaq. Oh, but you don't trade Nas.
No, I'm in on gold at the moment.
Just wanted to say R1, we are bearish on the weekly. 80 is still bullish, we'll see. I'm not gonna do anything on it as of yet. I'm gonna wait for this afternoon. US30 as well, I would say Asia range, I'm gonna monitor on both. Asia range for me on both. Asia high on US30, Asia high on NAS later this afternoon. CAD Yen, I think there was my fellow brother in Christ in the chat asking me about CAD Yen. I mentioned once we break above 170.50, I'll be looking for longs on it. And due to the fact that, yeah, you can see the open gap. So all the other yen pairs have this as well. There's that open gap. Also the weekly on CAD Yen is bullish as well as the daily. USD ZAR weekly is bullish. Could this be the bottom wick for the week? I don't know, you tell me. But this is bullish on the week. We closed above this 19 level. No top wick. And I almost want to say, if you've got some balls on you, some coconuts, you should have been buying down here on this engulfing candle, but not interested. Pound yen rejecting that level. Let's see. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to stream for 10 more minutes. I just want to show you guys how I potentially manage my trade right here at that level. That is the S1. Remember, I said we're either going to reject here or we're going to continue. So what I want to see, whether on the next candle we can do something like this, break through and continue higher. Otherwise,
right, guys, again, sorry, Chris, I have sent the setup, so obviously if it is running later, you guys can still follow the trade. It is sent in the Discord, so you guys can go over and see it over there.
Chris, is it still important to know what the order flow is even though we trade levels? Not necessarily, Neil. Because remember, a lot of times we are buying in bearish order flow with the expectation that price is going to break to the upside. So we are trying, a lot of times, trying to trade either reversals or continuations. But ultimately, yeah, let's chat on WhatsApp, Neil. We can maybe do a little bit of a session later on in the week, maybe tomorrow. I just want to understand where you're coming from with that. All right, hourly closing in the next 5 minutes. Like I said, I'm gonna wait for at least 2 more 5-minute candles. I want to see a nice little break of structure here, and I honestly think we are good to go then. Then it's going to be a very quick and easy move to Asia highs, and I would say the only place next up where we can find some resistance if we can get above this S1 is going to be the next round number 184. But if we're starting to struggle here, if we're on a struggle bus, I'm going to lock it in. Guys, we are getting close to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you for the likes. I just want to let you guys know, once we hit 1,000, we're going to do the giveaway where I will be flying out one of you to come and join us in the office. Please note that it is only for South African citizens. I am not financially yet at that level where I will be flying guys out from the US. I've got 2 kids that I need to put through school. I've got a wife with expensive tastes, so I've got quite a few things to juggle. Even better if you're in Port Elizabeth, then it's going to be quite a cheap giveaway. We'll go and grab some lunch here at McDonald's down the road. We'll show you some ropes here in the office. And no, I'm kidding. But yeah, if you're in South Africa, we're gonna do that giveaway. We'll be flying you out for the day. Come and join us here in the office. Maybe even join us on the live stream. Edgar, I love a McDonald's, dude. It's actually insane. Like the junior cheeseburgers, if you really want to spoil me, get me like 4 of those, no chips. Just 4 of those junior hamburgers and I will maul through it.
Those things are like, they actually like really slap, eh? Like the proper old school,
Yes.
like McMuffin burgers, as we used to call them.
Oh. You know what we did when we were still at uni? So you went out, you had, say, like a good night out, and then all of you like scraped the last bit of cash together. There in Summerstrand, that McDonald's was 24 hours. So then you would scrape like all of the last funds you've got left for the burgers. Because I don't know, for some reason after you went out the evening you wanted to grab some chow. And then usually you'll maybe get like 1.5. So you'll be like 4 oaks, you'll get like 6 burgers. You don't have any funds left, and you actually wanted like maybe 3 or 4 of those burgers, but yeah, you're grabbing one and sharing the other.
But you know what's also actually so good that I love getting from them is that McFeast burger. Oh
yeah.
that is heaven. But I must say, I'm a proper, like, I'm a sucker for like a big burger. Like, oh, can't go wrong.
Weirdly enough, I like the smaller burgers. I don't know why. Those.
I think the problem is, like, I don't like that I eat, and if I eat, and like, I want to enjoy it, and I want to feel like, oh, that was good. I don't want to have it and then still be like, oh, like, I could still have another one. That first one was just hit me.
Alright,
Okay,
guys.
for those of you that are in that gold trade, if any of you took it with me, we are about to hit TP, so you can basically set stop loss to break even at this point.
Guys, on this trade right here on the hourly, I would want to see us hold 183.15 for this next hourly to potentially do something like this as soon as it opens up, create that bottom wick, come and test this level right here, and then I want to see it flip bullish and then start its way to the upside. Maybe we don't get that wick fill in this session, but maybe we do. So ideally, hourly, I want to see us hold this level right here. If you look left to me, that was that previous flat body support. Nice little bottom wick. See if we can survive that, then actually break through on the 5 minute, start breaking through here. So ideally retest that level 183.15 and then start moving up, start breaking structure there. So Neil, talking about order flow, so this currently is bullish order flow. If you see on a line chart here, we had this base, we had the break of structure here to the upside, that was your last low high. We then had a smaller base right here, and then we broke structure again. So technically order flow is bullish on GJ currently. Alright, this trade was up 1.67%. I am willing to try and go for a runner today, purely due to the fact that we've got that open gap. But let's see if we can survive this hourly bottom wick. If we can hold this level, I do think if we can do something like this on the next 5, nice bullish, I think we can attack this S1 again. Geek, somebody asked you, I don't think MACD's does a 4,000 calorie meal. No.
No, but you know what they do is a share box. So literally, there's a few mates, I don't know, they might actually be on the chat here. We used to always just get like a share box for each of us. And then we used to like, I mean, Kate would be able to tell you, we actually have photos. We each get like 3 share boxes, and then you just stack it all out there. So you have something like, it's almost like 20 something burgers, you've got like 8 chips, 10 cool drinks, and then like 30-40 chicken nuggets, and then you just go to town.
Sounds like diabetes in a box.
It's just called bulking, guys.
A little sodium stack. Alright guys, I'm going to give it, say, 10 more minutes. Let's see if we can hold this level hourly, creating that bottom wick. Let's see if we can survive it. If we can start pushing up from here, breaking this current hourly high, quick little push to refill that wick. And then I want to see us get through this S1 level, and that will just be a very good Monday. So if we can do something like this, start moving our way up, and we can break through here, I think there'll be a fresh leg of volume coming in, and that's going to push us all the way to Asia highs and then to the daily pivot. 184.10. Is that a greedy target? Maybe. You know what? I'm gonna put my TP at 183.90. 183.90. Still a 4.6% trade. 183.90 on the dot. Right there, 84 pips. Let's see if we can get it. I just want to see us break through this level on stream, and then we will be calling it a stream for today. Keeks, maybe I missed it, but what was your reason for buys on gold where order flow looks bearish? From Jade Pass in the chat, Keeks.
So, as I think this actually goes to what Chris was talking about earlier, like you have a primary order flow and a secondary. So, again, as I mentioned earlier, I am wanting to sell, but my sell area is higher up. So we did break away. So when you look on the 4 hour, previously we had a nice strong bullish candle, which had a nice big wick all the way to the top. That came down, closing again above weekly key level. So all I wanted was to retest that key level, show some support, which again then goes to the theory we have to continue up, and we had that wick to go and fill. So it was pretty much a simple break, retest on a key level, continue the bullish momentum. And again, I'm not trying to scalp the whole move all the way up to sell zone. I just want that quick 20 in and out, just to ensure I got that little bit of a bullish move, which we got, and that was it. So again, it was just a quick break and retest on weekly key levels.
TC, Keegan, your calorie intake must be high. His calorie intake is quite high.
Yeah, it's, I guess, a bit crazy.
This man is single-handedly decimating the chicken population in Port Elizabeth. How much did you have the other day? I think it was like half a kilo of chicken, half a kilo. I think it was like a 1.5 kg meal that you had here in the office.
It was just over a kg meal. But that, to be fair, that was because I put 2 meals together. But that was, yeah, it was a big one.
Keegan bulking live here in the office. All right, guys, thank you so much. I'm letting this run. I'm just letting you guys know, if we start struggling here, if we go up, if we don't just do something like this, completely reverse, either break even, or if we start pushing up and we start struggling right here, then I will close my position for like a 1.6 or 1.5% gain. But I ultimately feel like we can go and close that gap. I hope we can. It would be really sick to grab what is this? Let me just check here. It is a 4.6% trade. It would honestly be beautiful to start a Monday off with a 4.6. I do feel like we will eventually close that gap, but I'm not going to be greedy. I'm going to be right here at the daily pivot at 183.90. I will update you guys in the Discord link in the description of this video. Feel free to share it with your mates, anybody that is into trading, needs some help. But 183.90, I would love for price to literally bust through here and just continue up, but that is the trade. Starting off the week right, starting off with a win. Do appreciate each and every one of you joining. I do appreciate the likes, and feel free to subscribe if you have not yet got a trading account. Feel free to sign up with the link in the description as well. Just also want to thank our broker partner Vault Markets for giving us this opportunity, and I just want to thank Keegan for joining me every day on the stream, and to you guys for joining us as well.
Yeah, no, I must say it's. I think we also just as appreciative for everything, the knowledge. But I think as traders, like again, I've said before, like in a way, you guys hold Chris and myself accountable. So you keep us on our toes. You keep us trying to push and to do our best.
Yeah, definitely. Like I mentioned previously, streams were quite a daunting task. Trading live in front of people, calling out trades live, but ultimately it develops my psychology in taking a trade live in front of you. Even though we only like, what is it, 38, 35 viewers, it is still. You still need to be on top of your game. You still need to provide value, and that is ultimately the goal with what we do. So again, thank you so much, guys. We will see you tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Feel free to follow us on Instagram as well. Instagram handles in the description. Friday, for all the Port Elizabeth guys, meet and greet trading workshop with Jay Froneman, one of the only traders in Port Elizabeth to drive a McLaren. Fortunately, Keegan drives a Subaru, I drive a BMW. We're not on that level yet, but maybe one of these days we'll pull out something naughty. But thank you so much, guys. We will see you tomorrow. Jade Pass, give us a W in the chat, or a GG. Give me a GG in the chat. Let's pump some GGs as we go. We will see you guys tomorrow. Pump some GGs there in the chat for me to take a video. Let's pump the GGs for the team. Back up 1.6%. You either lock it in here or you hold for full TP.